Well, just like on Sunday afternoon, the Blazers battled hard, but a championship caliber team kind of did them in late, and the Blazers just could not weather the storm as they fall to the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight at home, ending their 7-game homestand 122-111. Welcome into the fifth quarter. Chris Burkhardt here with you. If you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. And, of course, you can go over to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, and join the conversation there as well. But it's as I was sitting here prepping for the post-game show, I mean, we had fans walk by, and a couple of them were like, that was a good game. That was a really good game. They fought hard, and they absolutely did, man. They absolutely did. I loved what was going on. Now, there was plenty to pick apart because I thought that defensively there was some real head scratchers in this one. There was one on the fast break where Shea couldn't get back to his defender. Ant just has his back to the guy slashing, and boom, easy dunk, right? And it's just like all you got to do is turn around and get over there, right? All you got to do is pull the plug and get over there. So that was a tough one. And I thought a lot, defensively, there was times where it's like all you needed was a stop. Offensively, they were getting their shots. They just couldn't get that one stop that they needed really to get over the hump because they got it within one possession. But it was just that one final shot, and getting over that was just a little too hard. And then late in the fourth, Cleveland just pulled away, kind of flexed on them just a little bit. But you know what? A good game all around. And as all things are considered, things are still fine. I said this pregame because the comments are already coming in. Can we pull the plug to get the eighth worst record? Or Dennis says, well, the season's over. Well, the thing is, the season's not over. There is 9 games left, all right? And there's still plenty to play for here. And it's the P word, pride. Play for that. Learn from these last 9 games. Even if you play well, I mean, that eighth spot is well within reach. We talked about in the pregame show. We'll break down those numbers here in a little bit as well, but it's nothing to be upset about. It's still most likely that they're ending in that 8 to 9 spot, right? But overall, you can't be too upset with what happened tonight. I know you like wins. You would have liked the realistic chance to play in, but heck, right now, play-in is probably pretty much out of the picture because you got to find in 9 games you're going to have to win 4 more games than either Phoenix or Dallas, and I just don't think that's going to happen. Now, let's take a look at this one, though. Final score is 122-111. Looking on the Cleveland Cavaliers side of things, Evan Mobley had 21 points to go along with 12 rebounds and 4 assists. Max Strus had 5 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, 14 points, 8 rebounds from Jarrett Allen. 27 points from Darius Garland. He also had 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 14 points from Sam Merrill, 11 for DeAndre Hunter. Ty Jerome, who knew that he had the three-point shot? He did hit 80% from the floor. He was 4 of 5, and every single time late that they needed a big shot, seemed like he was the guy who hit it as the Blazers were trying to come back and get over the hump. On the Blazers side of things, Denny Avdia, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 13 points, 4 rebounds and an assist from Toumani Camara. 18 points, 12 boards, 3 block shots from Donovan Clingan. A very good game from him. 18 points from Shaedon Sharpe. 7 points from Anthony Simons in a very, very poor shooting night for him. An off night, 2 of 12 from the floor, 1 of 10 from beyond the arc. He did have 8 assists, but in a game that you lost by 11 points, it would have been nice to have your best scorer get out there and pour it on. When you look at the lineup and you're like, okay, basically 4 of your 5 starters are in double figures and 2 bench guys were in double figures, but Anthony Simons was the one that wasn't. That's a little odd. Scoot Henderson, 18 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, just 2 turnovers, and then Matisse Thybulle, 15 points. And you got to give it to him, man, because, again, as the Blazers were trying to make their runs, he was hitting some really big clutch threes, all corner shots too, man, when they needed them the most. And, that's pretty much how this one, balanced out. We talked about it last game against the Celtics, that sometimes these elite teams, these championship teams, their defense is good, but their offense is just incredible, right? And just like Boston, Portland didn't play terribly. They shot 40% from the floor, 32% from beyond the arc. They had 45 rebounds, 28 assists. Like, there's a lot to like about what they did. But Cleveland, 54% from the field, 44% from beyond the arc. They had 41 rebounds, 28 assists. And that was the type of night it was. Just a night where Cleveland was getting every single bucket they needed to get, man. And again, Portland tried. They battled hard late. They just couldn't get it done. Once again, if you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. You can also go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, and get in on the conversation as well. So, man, it's a tough spot if you're a Blazer fan. Like I said, the 8th spot's still very much in play. You got to look at the Tankathon standings. We'll do that throughout the show tonight. But there's still a very good chance that the Blazers sit. Again, that 8-9 spot, it's about the highest they can get. Like, they're not going to be able to get higher than 8. That one's just not going to happen, right? But they are still so entrenched in that spot right now. I think things will be just fine. All right, let's head out to the phone lines where we got some people waiting. First off, we got Sam in Portland. And Sam, I just want to say, I got your note. I'm reading it right now. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I wasn't up here.
Oh, all good. I think my dad left that on his way out. And he had a little pun for us, or a joke. He said, "Thibule was fabulous."
Fabulous. Okay.
Fabulous.
That's a tongue twister, but I like it.
Yeah, he's great. I thought that the Blazers tonight, it was a really entertaining first quarter. I thought that Denny Avdia came out hot. We love Denny! It's my sister. But I think that the three-point shooting, it's reminiscent of the Houston Rockets about 4 or 5 years ago. It's just too much. It's the team. We're an okay shooting team, but this is not, three-point land here. I mean, we need to find other ways to score.
Yeah, no, hey, Sam, I'm kind of right there with you because, like, one of my frustrations is, like, Shaedon Sharpe stepping back and taking three-pointers too much when he can just attack the rim, right? I want to see that. That's why I love Denny, because Denny has no fear and he attacks the rim. But, yeah, when you needed a couple shots, all you needed was a 2. They totally kind of resorted to taking too many threes. I would agree with that.
Yeah, and also the Cavs passing. I mean, that team, didn't have Donovan Mitchell. I thought, they don't need superstars. They have great teamwork. That's what I hope the Blazers become and evolve into in the next 2-3 seasons. Because it's possible, I feel like. It's possible.
No, absolutely, and I hope they can. I do hope they can continue to grow a little bit, and I think they will, Sam, because you've been on the show with me here early in the season. You've stopped by every time you're in, and I think you would agree that from the first time I talked to you this year to now, you've seen plenty of growth with this team.
Oh yeah, I mean Donovan Clingan has come a long way since the first game, since the summer league too. I mean, his scoring, his confidence. I think that we would be a lot better with Ayton back. But for now, Clingan is a great option. The 3-point shooting was remarkable.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And of course, those block shots. So yeah, you know what? 9 games left. They just keep playing the way they have been. I'll be okay with that. If they end up with the 8 seed, that's even better. If they somehow miraculously get to the play-in, which odds are way against them at this point, I'll take that too. Right now, even in a loss like tonight, I would say, Sam, it's enjoyable basketball at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, man. Thank you for the call as always. I'm still so glad you guys stopped by and said hi, met me. I got that signed copy of the book. My children read it; they loved it. Speaking of my children, special guests coming up on the show in a little bit. They're gonna have some fun. They were at their second, my oldest, it was her second game ever tonight. And for my middle and my youngest, who is fully entrenched in YouTube right now, watching YouTube Kids, it was their first game ever. So they had some fun tonight watching the Blazers. All right, let's head out to the Preacher. Preacher, welcome into the 5th quarter. What do you got for us tonight?
Well, I appreciate all the fans calling in and appreciate all the fans hanging out to literally almost kind of like a washout game at the very end. Literally the end, and they were all there, and that's really the elephant in the room is why are we all there? Why are we enjoying this team? And there's a lot to say about Chauncey Billups. There's a lot to say about all of these new pieces, but I would say this. I would play for Chauncey Billups over Steve Nash, over Kerr, over J.J. Riddick, and even Jason Kidd. So out of all the point guards who have held their own in this NBA, I know what everyone feels about Chauncey Billups in certain ways, but I enjoy this type of basketball. What about you?
No, I do, Preacher, and I think that for as bad as a rap that Chauncey has got since day one, right? And how everyone has just ridiculed him left and right. And I think a lot of it justifiable because there's been a lot that we didn't like. I think it's taken longer than anybody wanted to admit.
I got growing pains.
Right? We all do.
Growing pains. No one's paying me.
Yeah, we all do, Preacher.
No
but here's the
paying
thing.
me.
I think right now you're seeing the team that Chauncey has been trying to build for this 4 years, right?
Yes.
And it's
I
been
agree.
wonderful. It's been wonderful. Now again, is he the coach moving forward or what they do? There's still questions there, but right now this is what he wanted. I think you're seeing Chauncey build basketball, and it's not terrible.
Yeah. And, he's a top 10 coach in defense. So, hence, most NBA teams, when they go on to win a championship, are usually in the top 10 in defense. And Terry Stotts is having great assistance as a Golden State assistant to Steve Kerr because they're offensive-minded. Would you agree?
Well, I mean, whenever you take a guy like Terry, who is obviously an offensive-minded coach, and you plop him into to Golden State with Steve Kerr, who has an entire team whose offense has been great for the last decade, yeah, it's going to be a good match.
Can I close off on this? Matt Dre from Oakland, which is Damian Lillard's hometown, said, if you don't fit, squeeze. And Chauncey Billups has squeezed in to maybe a possible year going forward. Because I don't know how these guys are going to regroup with another coach.
Yeah, no, I mean that.
I'll end it there. Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course, Preacher, and that's the tough part, right? Is can they regroup with another coach? Can they get ready to go? Sometimes though, maybe you credit Chauncey even if he's gone, because sometimes a foundation can be set and then someone else can build the house. You know what I'm saying? Like Mark Jackson set the foundation a little bit in Golden State, right? And then Steve Kerr built the house, right? Dwayne Casey set the foundation in Toronto. Nick Nurse built the house. That's what got him the championship. You know what I'm saying? So there's plenty of that going around. So I think they can be just fine. I think that Chauncey is he's probably run his course, and we'll see where they go. I've said this before. I think if you truly believe that Chauncey is the guy, the way to do it is to literally sit him down with Joe and go through an interview process and let Joe decide through that process that he's the guy. Because I've said that this is a Joe Cronin roster with a Neil Olshey coach, and it has been now for 4 years, right? But Joe Cronin has built this roster the way he wants, and then Chauncey Billups has finally got this team playing the way he wants. And it's been really good basketball basically since 2025. And I like that. Again, we saw the games against the Warriors, the games against the Jazz, the games against Memphis, right? Or you just got boat raced in your own house. And you would have thought that you watch a homestand that sees you play Boston and Cleveland, that you would just get destroyed. They held their own until just it came to the end, and it was just they tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it didn't really matter because two championship caliber teams got the dub. All right, we're going to take a quick little break here on Blazers Game Day, the fifth quarter. Whew, I get them all mixed up. If you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. And, of course, you can go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, and join the conversation there as well. When we come back, though, I got two very special guests who have been waiting patiently, very, very patiently, to get on and talk a little Blazer basketball. We'll talk to them when we return here on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620. welcome back in. Reporter Chris Burkhardt here with you, joined now by two crazy little Blazer fans. Let me tell you what, who had some fun tonight. Did we have some fun tonight, kiddos?
Yeah!
Oh, someone's driving right now, going, "Oh my gosh, my eardrums." But Brooklyn, it was your very first Blazer game. How awesome was it?
It was my second. It was awesome.
What was your favorite part? You don't know?
Probably the YouTube part.
No, probably popcorn.
Popcorn? Popcorn was your favorite part?
Probably.
Not watching all the dunks and the slams and the
she didn't watch
dancers
a
and
lot
the
of it.
cheerleaders?
She didn't watch a lot of it.
Why?
Dude, I only watch YouTube Kids for like 5 minutes.
No, you watched it for like half the game.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
No, you watched it after
What
halftime.
about you, Pay? What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was watching the dances.
The dancers?
Dancers and cheers.
That's because you do cheerleading too, so you got to see what the big cheerleaders did, huh?
Yeah.
That was kind of cool,
I
huh?
liked the flying part the most.
Oh, you like the flyers?
Yeah,
They're
and I
pretty
also-
cool. Don't mess with the microphone, you weirdo.
Okay.
I
I can hear
also
it.
liked that one, those one dancers who had glow in the dark outfits.
Oh yeah, the halftime show, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that too.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh, I
but-
thought, and you like the mascots, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
mascots.
mascots were fun.
I kept on trying to look for them every single second.
I got
Oh.
waved by one of them.
You got waved by one of the mascots?
Yeah.
What?
Both
Yeah,
of
it
us.
was, like,
Oh my
Doug
gosh.
Something.
And you Doug Fur?
Yeah, Doug Fur. I was waved by Doug Fur.
Oh, and you were too scared to get some face paints?
I didn't want face paint.
Why?
Because it gets itchy after 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I was scared I would look ugly.
You
Dude, I would look ugly.
You would never. You would never.
But then after I kind of regretted, it because I saw some people who had face of the Blazers logo on their
Oh,
cheeks,
yeah,
so
you
I
could've
thought
done
that
that.
would look fun.
That could, but it was a fun game, huh?
Yeah, it was a fun
I know
game.
Peyton's voice hurts a little bit because you were cheering the whole time going, "Defense! Let's go Blazers!"
Yeah, and then eventually I just like, I kept doing the clap and stuff, and then
Yeah.
I just repeat it over and over.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty good. And Peyton,
now
to
my
our
voice is
listeners
gone.
out there, Peyton worked her little tail off the other day. I didn't even know she was doing this, but she wrote a commercial, and she wants to read the commercial on the fifth quarter. So, Peyton, read your commercial.
My name is Peyton Burkhardt. We have snacks, drinks, and a good team. We will show you the Blazers' hard work. Find us on Twitter or X or YouTube. Or tell your Alexa play Rip City Radio 620, and then you will hear about the Blazers game day. We will tell you about the games, how the game is going, how the players are doing, and their injuries. Go Blazers!
Good job, Peyton! I love it.
Yay!
I love it. You're gonna be my new assistant.
I learned it because at school we did this thing called BizTown, and we wrote commercials for it.
BizTown taught you all about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Clap,
Even
clap,
though
clap,
I
clap.
was Unitas.
You worked at the bank.
Yeah, I worked at the bank.
Oh,
Clap
yeah?
for 24/7.
What are
And then
you even talking about?
And then everybody thought that I was a banker.
Yeah. Now I know lots of fans who listen, Pay. They like Shaden Sharp. Did you like his big dunk he had, the big alley-oop, where the guy threw it and he jumped up, almost hit his head on the roof and dunked it?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I also
wasn't
like how that one person when he held the rim.
it? Yeah. That was one of your favorite parts, even though it didn't count. And then they called it out of bounds on the Blazers, which didn't make sense because it definitely went off Cleveland. But as is the way in the NBA sometimes. But
That reminds me.
what?
What?
You said it reminds you. Reminds you of what?
Probably nothing, actually. I forgot.
You forgot?
Oh,
Oh
you're
my
just
gosh.
embarrassed to say it.
You guys are having too
Wait,
much
no.
Yeah, my
What were we
grandma-
talking about?
My grandma has this trampoline, and I asked my dad, "Hey, why aren't we able to hold on the rim at my grandma's?" And
Because
he's
he'll
like,
break
"Oh,
it.
And he's like, "Oh, it will break it." And I'm like, "That
You
won't
guys
made
are
for
too
it." And
fun.
I'm like, "What about that one? That one's made for it."
You are. All right, I got to go back to talking about this game. So tell Rip City, say bye, Rip City.
Bye. I barely got to even talk.
All right, so Blazers, they played their tail off tonight, and thanks to my kids, they're wonderful. Look at that. I got little radio pros over here. But the Blazers, again, I thought they worked their tail off tonight. It was a 122-111 loss, unfortunately. But things are still all right here because we're talking about the play-in, right? And that possibility is definitely kind of gone by the wayside. right? I don't think that's really going to be a thing anymore. Now you got 9 games left, and somehow you got to get past Phoenix and Dallas, which is just going to be pretty tough to do. Like, not pretty tough to do, really, really tough to do. But in the Tankathon standings, you still have a chance here at getting as high as the 8th seed. And you look at, there was things tonight that didn't help you. I mean, Miami gets a win. San Antonio takes a loss. Portland has now lost 2. Portland now sits at 10. San Antonio 9. Miami at 8. But there's only a half game separating those teams, and things I think will start to buoy out. Now, Portland does have the unfortunate, air quotes, unfortunate, track ahead. The fact that, they got a pretty good stretch, a 5-game stretch where they play, they got Toronto, Chicago, San Antonio, Utah. Like, these are winnable games, right? And the way they're playing right now, they're probably going to win some of those. So then you got to watch Miami and San Antonio, see where things kind of balance out for those guys and how it works, but it's going to be tough. I mean, they might end up at 10, they might end up at 8, you don't know. But play-in wise, that's the one that we were watching ahead of the Boston game and ahead of tonight's game. And again, that one might have sailed away. That ship might have sailed away. You lost tonight, and now you got to pick up some slack. Dallas lost 2, but now you sit 3 games behind Dallas. You're currently 3.5 games behind Phoenix, and you got to find a way to pick up that ground with 9 games to go. The math on that is that's tough. It's going to be really, really tough for them to pick up that ground. But we shall see. We shall see. Regardless, I think the end of the season, this last 9 games, is going to be pretty entertaining. Win, loss, doesn't matter. The way they're playing right now, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Like Preacher said, why are we rooting for this team? And then says why. Like, I noticed it at one point tonight. I'm like, it's so nice. Like, is it sold out? No. But there's plenty of butts in the seat at Moda. And it wasn't like that at some points early in the season. I think fans are catching on, and fans are liking the brand of ball that's being played. All right, we're going to take a quick little break here on the 5th quarter. When we come back, it's going to be time for the Coach's Corner. We're going to hear what Coach Billups had to say following this defeat to the Cavs. We're also going to hand out a game ball, and we're going to probably get out of here. Chris Burkhardt here with the Burkhardt girls holding it down here up at the Pines in Section 330. This is the 5th quarter presented by Coors Light on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620. Hey, the Blazers, man, they fought their tail off. Job done against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Final score 122-111 in favor of the visiting team. But a 4-3 homestand, not bad at all, right? You just went toe-to-toe with two of the best teams in the league. And did you take the loss? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you did. They showed why they were both championship contenders there late. But overall, you played really, really good basketball. But I think it's time to hear what Coach Billups had to say. It is time to go to the Coach's Corner. All right, let's go to the press room, hear what Coach Billups had to say following this loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
We get 28 assists. I don't think we shot it very well. 63% from free throws, That's always going to be tough. We got up a lot of threes. We had some good looks, didn't make them. We didn't turn over very much. You get 9, so I'll take that any day. So we did a lot of good things in the game, but, man, if you can't keep up with them scoring the ball, it's going to be very tough against an elite team like that. So it was tough. I mean, we get it to 2. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. I really thought Shaden got fouled going to the rack. It's no call. They go down, score, it's at 5 again. I mean, just tough breaks like that too.
Was that what led to the team?
Yeah. It's a big moment, man. Huge moment, man, in the game, where we're fighting uphill the whole game. And I think we finally there. Yeah, of course.
So your frustration there, to be clear, was with the refs and the transition defense? Your frustration on that sequence was with the call and not transition defense like the other way?
No, with the non-call. It shouldn't have been a transition. It should have been 2 free throws.
You just chalk this one up to the same thing as the Boston one, where you actually felt like you guys played pretty well and the team that you played was just better?
Sure. I mean, absolutely. Like I said, that's why I talked about the good things that we did. We did so many good things in this game. We fought our butt off. That team is better than we are. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference, maybe the best in the league, who knows, but man, we played our butts off. We made them work for it.
Scoot, Donovan, and Shaden all had pretty good games, and we asked so much about their individual progress, but how do you think those three and the rest of the team have been learning to play with each other's games more and be more cohesive?
Yeah, I think they're all learning each other more and more every single game. The good thing about our team is it's always somebody different that has a night, Scoot was much better today. Donovan was really good today. Shea was good today. Ant couldn't make shots, but, man, he made some terrific plays, getting the defense to go and making the passes. So it's always somebody kind of different. I thought Teese's minutes were incredible. Teese shot the heck out the ball. He played great defense. I probably could have found more minutes for Teese. It was just tough going down the stretch.
Chauncey, the 3-point shot, 50 tonight, but seems like it has been steadily going up. You guys have been rising up the ranks, and is that a thing where it's based on you telling them that to take these threes if they're crashing on Denny and stuff like that, to just take those shots if they're there, to take more of them?
Well, if they're there, I want us to take. I want us to take them, but I want them to be good shots. I just don't want anybody just firing it at any time and no time to score. I want it to make sense. But if we do a really good job and drive the paint and collapse the defense and we kick it out, for sure, I want those shots. We work on those shots all the time. And we'll continue. We'll shoot it better and better and better as we, keep working. But I'll take that. If we can get good looks like that, I will take it all day.
Really struggled at Cleveland last time, I think. Fouled out, 11 minutes or something like that. How much did you see from his growth today against those guys?
Yeah, he was really good today. We really missed him in that game out there. I was just kind of putting stuff together, trying to get through the game. He was good today. He gets a double-double, 3 blocks. I mean, he made his presence known in there.
Johnson, you mentioned so much going on with the three-point thing, how much you guys want to be a rim team. You had one of the lower rim attempts games of the season. Are you okay with that big of a trade-off if you're getting those looks at 3?
Yeah, I am. You know, I want us to, regardless, you know, of what, I want us to always be an attacking team. I want to attack. I want to put pressure on teams on both sides of the ball. If that means getting to the basket, we got to learn how to finish better. You know, and as we mature, and as we get better, and as we keep growing, we will finish more. You look at, you know, a guy like Shaden, you know, how he's finishing around the basket right now at a really, really high level. Well, we couldn't say that 3 months ago. You know, he had the prettiest dunks in it, but his finishing wasn't great. Well, you look at the leap he's made already. So I'm saying keep going. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that part out, you know. And if we can, at some point, we're going to become a good finishing team around the basket and also a good three-point shooting team. And when that happens, we will have arrived, you know. So, but you got to set it in place early on and just kind of keep getting better at it.
Who is the MVP tonight for the Trailblazers? It's time for Game Balls on Fifth Quarter.
All right, time to hand out a game ball tonight here on the Fifth Quarter. And who is it going to go to? I mean, I thought it was a good game overall. I thought a lot of people played quite well. But I really think there's a good bounce back in this one, and it was Donovan Clingan. 18 points, 12 boards, 3 block shots. He was huge. Portland really couldn't afford to have him out, man. When he was out, seemed like that was when the Cavs tend to make some runs. So he gets he gets a game ball tonight from me. All right, the Blazers fall to the Celtics 122-111. Now they go on the road, their final road trip of the year. Again, I told you, Utah doesn't count as a road trip. That's a road game. One game does not count. But they go on a road trip here: Sacramento, New York, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago. Come back home for San Antonio, that road game against Utah. And then they end with 2 games at home against Golden State and Los Angeles. So winnable games here. We'll see what happens. And now I think realistically the race is on for the 8th spot in the Tankathon, right? And the 8th best odds at the number 1 overall pick. It's going to be interesting with some winnable games there. That game against Chicago and San Antonio, those ones are ones you're definitely going to watch because those are going to have some bearing in who gets that 8, 9, and 10 spot. So there's still plenty of intrigue here as the season rolls on, but I think that's going to do it for us. A pretty good game. I know they lost, but I'll take the performance. Thought the performance was pretty good. Shout out to the Burkhardt girls. They came in, they filled in, they did pretty good hosting. Anything else to say, girls?
Not really.
I had fun.
You did have fun? You should
This watching the Blazer game makes me like basketball a lot more.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, same thing.
All right, you should probably say, "Go Blazers!"
Go Blazers!
All right, Blazers will be back in action on Thursday, again on the road at Sacramento for that one. Tip-off going to be 7 o'clock, so I will have Blazers game day for you starting at 5, all right here on Rip City Radio. Once again, final score from the Moda Center, the Cleveland Cavaliers 122, your Portland Trail Blazers 111. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Big shout out to Michael Shacker for holding it down in the producer chair. And a big thanks to the Burkhardt girls for knocking it out of the park. Say it with me. Say, on the count of 3, say, good night, Rip City. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Good night, Rip City!